I got an answer, sir,
Okay.
as pi ln2 by 4. Is that right?
Pi ln 2 by 4. Actually, see, I'm writing down the answer here. The answer is
Hmm.
uh, 2 ln root 2 plus 1. Okay. Well, let me write the question as well. See, the question was
Hmm.
uh, x is equal to 1. Just a second. Sean is joining. Hello, Sean. Good morning.
Oh, good morning.
Yeah, we are revisiting the homework question here. Okay.
Yeah.
So the question was this x is equal to 1 to x is equal to 3. The inner integral has y is equal to 0 to y is equal to x 1 over
No,
root.
sir. This is question.
This is not the question.
No, not this one, sir.
This is
No.
not the question.
So there's
It
no
is
other question.
Oh, just a second.
1 over 1
I think
plus
I
x
left
plus
two
y square
question
dx
then.
dy.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. Just pause. Sake of the next question, you just have this because we are going to discuss this
Yeah.
after your homework
Yeah.
question.
Yeah.
dy
So what
dx.
is sine inverse of sine square theta?
Just a second. dy dx. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the
What is
homework question was, yeah. What did you ask, Mano?
sine inverse of sine square theta?
Sine inverse of sine sine inverse of what? Sine square
Sine
theta.
square theta.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. It's just a inverse function.
Hmm. Yeah. Inverse sine theta is theta. Yeah.
Okay.
No,
So
the
this was the
approach I use,
see the answer of this question is.
the
Please check your answer, Dev. The answer of this question is pi by 2 ln 2. What did you get?
yeah. No, oh, no. So I got, instead of 2 in the denominator, I got 4 in the denominator. But
4.
otherwise, identical
So
answer.
it may be like the
Uh,
the basic calculation mistake.
Yeah.
Have you, Sean? What about you? Have you solved this question?
So I'm midway through. I got confused. So like I have like so
So
I
we
didn't
had,
finish it.
we had to use polar, na? We had to switch this to polar form, right? To
Yes.
solve this thing.
Yeah. So let's understand the region first, and
Yeah.
then we'll decide whether we have to go for polar. That will be convenient or not. Okay. So it's completely based on the region. Okay. So if suppose, how do we find out the region here? See, the x is equal to 0 and x is equal to root 1 minus y square. Okay. And y is equal to minus 1 and y is equal to 1. Mano, you made a try on this or not?
I did, but yeah, I didn't get the answer. I got 0 for the answer.
Okay, okay, no problem. Just look at this carefully now. So this limits will help us to find out the region. Okay. So let's draw the region first on xy plane. This is y axis. This is x axis. Okay. What is this? X is equal to root 1 minus y square. What is that?
Is like in parametric form.
No, no. What that exactly? Like, what is the shape of that equation? X is equal to root 1 minus
Oh,
y
oh,
square.
oh, oh. It's a like a one.
Hmm.
It's a square root function. No, only thing
Yeah, but
will be the other way.
it's the other way around because
It'll be by the y-axis. It'll be instead of being like that on the x-axis, it'll be by the y-axis. The same shape.
So it's a square or circle or semicircle.
no, it's none.
None.
It's like a
root function, but it
It's
is
a circle, but it's okay.
You guys are lost it, I think.
Sorry, it's a circle. It's a circle.
x square plus y square is
It's
1.
a, it's a circle, yeah.
See, circle has 4 parts.
Centered around origin.
If you understand on quadrant, like on xy plane, circle has in fact 4 parts, each one in the 4 quadrant, like first, second, third, fourth quadrant, right? So if suppose you understand this equation, if we square them, like square both side, what we get, x square is equal to 1 minus y square, and then x square plus y
Right.
square is equal to 1. So it's simply circle.
Yeah.
But if you like, if you continue and find out the x value here, so this x square is equal to 1 minus y square, and then x is equal to plus minus root 1 minus y square, right? So if you
Yeah.
draw the full circle here, right, if you draw the full circle of radius 1, that is the equation of this circle is x square plus y square is equal to 1. Okay, but what we are given here, that's just x is equal to plus root 1 minus y square. It means we have to consider the half circle, which is like the positive x direction part, the circle which is in first and fourth quadrant. Make sense?
It will
See,
be a semicircle.
yeah, so it's semicircle. If suppose we have y is equal to minus root, if suppose we have y is equal to minus root 1 minus x square, in which location this semicircle will lie? Y is equal to minus root 1 minus x square.
And third, second and third.
Second and third, yeah. So
No. One.
second or third, or sorry, third and fourth. It's in third and
Third
fourth.
and fourth. Yeah.
Yeah, y value negative, so
Yeah.
that is in third and fourth. Okay. So this was the idea. Now your region is just in first and fourth quadrant. And what is x is equal to 0? What is x is equal to 0?
Y-axis.
That's y-axis.
Y-axis.
Yeah. So x is equal to 0 is y-axis. It means the reason is, and y is equal to minus 1 and y is equal to 1. That also we have to understand. So y is equal to minus 1 is, this is 1, this is minus 1, right? This is y is equal to 1, this is y is equal to minus 1. So that's basically tangent to this circle. So obviously our region is between these two lines, as well as the first and fourth quadrant inside the semicircle, right?
Yeah.
So your region is this. Okay. Now, if you must have observed that the region is circular, right? The region is circular. Now that will help us to convert or take the limit, upper limit, lower limit, in terms of polar form, or we can convert this iterated integral form into its polar coordinates, right? So the volume, what are we finding here? Yeah, volume, obviously, because this is the height, right? This is the function given to us, so we are finding out volume. So volume is equal to, now dA, or this dx dy will be converted into what? If you are converting the whole thing,
R dr d theta.
Yeah.
R
very good.
dr d.
Yeah, perfect. So r dr d theta. Now the inner integral will have r is equal to, the outer integral will have theta is equal to. So what is the r value? The lower limit of r? What is the lower limit of r?
1.
1.
Minus 1 to 1.
Are you sure? How do you?
No,
R is
I don't know what
0
happened.
to 1. 0 to 1.
0 to 1.
0
See,
to 1.
yeah. How do we find out the r value? We stand on pole.
It's a circle. So
Yeah.
it's like
No.
a radius.
We stand on pole, right? And we just
yeah.
choose a direction that will let me enter the region. Okay. So if we are on pole, so we are already on the region, right? We are already inside the region. So what is the r value there? The
Would be
radius is 0, right?
Yeah, on
The
the
r
origin.
is 0 there.
Yeah.
Now I'll choose any direction, provided it should enter into the region, and we notice when we exit it. So the r value there is 1, right? So r is equal to 0 to 1. Please understand the process of finding everything. Don't just uh, guess randomly. Okay. So r is equal to 0 to 1. Now what about theta here?
Can you say theta is
You can say 0 to pi by 2 times.
times
Yeah.
2? Yeah,
2.
that's what I was going to say.
Yeah. Or we can go like this.
Yeah.
Like we always go in anti-clockwise direction. Okay. So if we start with minus pi by 2 angle, so minus pi by 2 to pi
Yeah.
by 2,
To pi by 2.
like that.
Yeah.
Okay. So minus pi by 2 to pi by 2, or what you said is like 0 to pi by 2 twice. So that's also fine. Okay. In fact, we are going to do that afterwards, maybe. Okay. So is there anything left here, or it's all done? We have given function also, right? So
Yeah.
should I write the function as it is, 1 over 1 plus x square plus y square?
No, just make it 1 over 1 plus r square.
R square. Yeah.
Yes. So 1
No.
over 1 plus r square. Okay. Now what happened? So if you observe, I have written r here. Okay. So if you go for u sub,
Yeah.
the problem become very easy then.
Half ln half
Yeah,
ln of 1 plus r.
yeah. Directly you can write the integration of that as, we'll multiply by 2. So 1 by 2 here, and ln 1 plus r square. Okay. When we multiply
Yeah.
2 in numerator and denominator, that become 2r, and derivative of 1 plus r square is 2r. So we simply take ln 1 plus r square. Limit need to be applied here, that is 0 to 1 d theta. So minus pi by 2, 1 over 2. Now what about this? If we plug 1 for r, so that would be ln 2 minus
ln
ln 0. ln 1, sorry, not 0, ln 1.
This is 0. This is 0.
Yeah, ln 1 is 0 d theta. So the integration of half ln 2 is with respect to theta. So that's half ln 2 theta, right? Half ln 2 theta minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. Fine.
Mm.
So minus pi by 2. Okay. So half ln 2 bracket pi by 2 minus of minus pi by 2. So that would be pi, just pi, right? So pi by 2 ln 2.
I realized my mistake. I
Hmm.
forgot to multiply 2
Okay.
into the whole thing.
Yeah. So 2 to
Because
the.
so then I would have got 2.
Okay, so one more problem is there. I thought this I had solved in the previous, so I took the next question. Have you written this down? Done? This ln1 is 0. So the next question is this one. Okay. So I give you just 5 minutes to set up the integral, and then we'll talk about that.
But sir, can you solve this directly? Like, I think I can solve this directly.
Directly.
No, I can't. No. I thought it was in that trigonometric form, inverse trig, but it's not. Because there's a square root.
It's trig
There's
sub
always
actually.
a square root there.
You'll have to go for trig substitution, but that will make it more complicated. So we are here to easy the problem. So Polar will, cut down the complexity of this question. See, first of all, you will have to draw the region. So first you draw the region and then think on it.
So I think I got it.
Okay, so let me know your answer.
Right. Oh, I'll solve it. Okay.
No. Just let me know your setup actually.
Okay, so my setup is the R lower bound of the R is root 2.
Root 2.
And the upper bound is 3 root 2. The upper bound is.
Okay.
And then the theta value is 0 to pi by 2.
0 to pi by 2, okay. And inside the function is obvious that 1 by r d theta, right?
But into R. Yeah.
1 by r d.
Yeah.
So all of you got this answer only.
So I got the theta. R I wasn't sure.
You got theta. Okay. Means theta is equal to
I
0 to
got
theta is
0
equal to
to
pi
pi.
by 2. Okay.
Yeah.
What about you, Mano?
Yeah.
Have you noticed this properly? Y is equal to x. Y is equal to 0 to y is equal to x. Okay.
Yeah, I noticed.
Okay. Mano, should I explain?
Yeah.
Okay. So
Yeah.
let me know your answer if you solve whatever.
No, I got. I got it, but I still want. Like, I got it because I did the
What
math.
did you get?
That's it.
Like
But
what did you get for r and theta?
0 to pi by 2.
0 to pi by 2 for theta. And
Theta. Yeah.
what about r?
And could you show it?
Okay. Okay. See, first of all, we'll draw the region. Okay. Perhaps you have drawn the wrong region. Let's check it out. So this is x, this is y. Okay. Then
Yeah.
okay, the points are y is equal to 0, y is equal to x. Then okay, then x is equal to 1 and x is equal to 3. So what is y is equal to 0?
X-axis.
X-axis. Okay. And what is y is equal to x? That's simply a line
So,
like this.
yeah.
Line. Yeah. Straight line. Yeah.
Yeah, this is y is equal to x, right? It means
Hmm.
our region is between y is equal to x and x-axis. Okay. I don't know how you got pi by 2, first of all.
It's pi by 4. Sorry. Yeah, it's pi by 4.
Okay.
Hmm.
No problem.
Hmm.
So y is equal to x. Now the next part is x is equal to 1 and x is equal to 3. Okay. So x is equal to, let's say x is equal to 1 is here and x is equal to 3 is here. Okay. So we'll draw a perpendicular line which is like x is equal to
Yeah.
1. Okay. And x is equal to 3 like this. So
Yeah.
our region is between these two lines. In fact, between everything, like what we have drawn here.
Hmm.
So our region is this.
Yeah.
Fine. Now let's find out. We got the
The
value of
hypotenuse.
theta here basically. See, for y is equal to 0,
Yeah.
theta is equal to 0. For y is equal to x, right? What is theta? Theta is equal to tan inverse y by x. Y is equal to x, so x, y is equal to x. So x by x is 1. So that's basically pi by 4. So you got the upper and lower limit for theta, right? Now for x is equal to 1, how do we convert x is equal to 1 in polar form? What is x in polar form?
R cos theta.
Very good. So r cos theta is equal to 1. What is r value? 1 over cos theta. Okay. Can we write this in
Sec
more decent way? R is equal to Mano said,
theta.
yeah, Mano just said sec theta. Okay.
Yeah.
Similarly, for this x is equal to 3, x is r cos theta is equal to 3 and r is equal to 3 sec theta. Okay.
Yeah.
So this is lower limit and this is upper limit for r. Now let me just set up the integral. So that would be like theta is equal to 0 to pi by 4 first of all, and r is equal to lower limit is just sec theta and the upper limit is 3 sec theta. Okay, and what about the function given to us? That's just same as what you said. So 1 over r dr d
Yeah,
theta.
that one. For R, dr, d. Yeah.
So it will give us volume. Oh, just a second. Okay, so it will give us volume. Did you understand? Have you noticed your mistake?
I got. Yeah, I really. Yeah.
What was your mistake there? Why you
So for
took
all,
root 2 and 3 root 2?
What I did is, what I did is,
Hmm.
I took hypotenuse
Hmm.
of the triangle, and
Hmm.
I didn't like I took them as circles, like the area between two circles, which is not correct because like it'll be circular then, but these are straight lines,
Yeah,
like a trapezium. So
means
that's
you
the
have
mistake
drawn
I
the
made.
wrong region basically.
No, I drew the right region, but I did them as I thought I could do
Circular.
them as two concentric circles.
Okay,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that. Okay, means x is equal to 1 and x is equal to 3. You consider them as a part of a circle, like arc, like that.
Yeah, yeah. That's a mistake I made. Yeah.
Okay, the biggest mistake was basically for theta. It should be like it's very clear that if you have
Hmm.
y is equal to x, it is supposed to be 0 to pi by 4.
yeah.
Okay, what about you, Sean? Did you realize your mistake?
So yeah, very dumb. So I thought it was in the first quadrant, so I thought it'll like be
Uh,
pi by whatever.
yeah, so please draw a
That
region
was dumb and like
properly.
hard.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Always draw region properly. Okay, so I can simplify this. It's very simple. Can we cancel RR? I can cancel. Can you
Yeah.
cancel?
Yeah.
So 1 dr d
We'll have
theta.
1 dr, d theta, right?
Okay, yeah, just please complete this.
There was a fixed
Hmm.
integral of secant is
ln of
Integral
sec
secant
theta plus
is,
tan.
ln
yeah,
plus tan.
yeah,
Yeah.
perfect. So just let me wind up this 0 to pi by 4 r 3 sec theta d theta. So yeah, 0 to pi by 4 3 sec theta minus sec theta is 2 sec theta
2 ln
d theta
2 ln
2 ln,
1.
yeah, sec theta plus tan theta. 0 to pi by 4.
Yeah, 2 lns at like
So
0 to
when we plug the values, we will get 2 ln root 2 plus 1. Okay. So 2 ln root 2 plus 1. Now let's move to the next interesting topic. We are doing application of double integral. Okay. The first application was to find out the area of any shape, right? The first question we solved that we could find the area of the circle, right, by double integration.
yeah.
So that was like very simple example, but even we can find out the area of any region, okay, any circular region or anything. Okay. Now the next is, as you must have noticed, the topic for today's class is center of mass and moment of inertia. So basically the definition of these things is been discussed long before, I think in 11th standard only, maybe, right?
Yeah.
So what is center of mass?
Yeah. It is an assumed point in a body where all the mass is assumed to be concentrated.
Yes. So
An
center of mass,
apparent concept. Yeah.
yes. So it is assumed like the arbitrary point, okay, where all mass is supposed to be concentrated at one single point. That is called center of
An
mass.
object can be considered, an entire object can be considered as a point, point mass at that part, at that
Yes,
place.
yes, yes. So, and can we assume or can we say that the geometrically center point is same as the center of mass?
What does geometric center mean?
Like if suppose we have triangle,
For example,
yeah,
there is a regular.
yeah. If suppose we have a equilateral triangle like this, okay. What is the median? What is the center of this triangle? That is this, right?
Yeah.
Centroid. That point is called centroid. So can we assume that all points, like all mass, is concentrated at this point only? Or can we say that the centroid is same as the center of mass?
No, but what if the base is thicker?
Hmm?
So it depends on the
What
regular
if the
shape.
base is thicker? What if this was 3D and the base was thicker than the top part? Then it will be low.
Hmm.
If this was a 3D object and the base was thicker, then it would be
No,
lower
it's
than the center point.
yeah. So basically, you are trying to say that the mass can be distributed unequally, right?
Yeah.
The mass can be distributed on this plate unequally. So the center of mass, the question was very simple. Can we say the center of mass is same as
No.
the center of any object, like for geometrical figure like this?
No.
No. Okay, because it's depend on the distribution of the mass on this plate, right? And that distribution is called density mass function, right? The density of the mass is maybe different. Mass density may be different at each point. Are you getting that? The mass density may be different at each point, but we can find out, like by double integration we can definitely find out the total mass of this. So like let me write down the starting statement of this. If the lamina has a mass density of rho x comma y at any point x comma y, then the mass of the plate is okay. So what is lamina? First of all, what is lamina? Lamina is very thin plate, right? Very thin, super thin, isn't it?
Yeah.
So lamina is very thin plate where the mass
So
density.
basically,
Mhm.
its Z is considered negligible, right? Because its height is like
Yeah, Z is negligible. That tends to 0. So lamina is basically very thin, super thin, just a skin of the material, you can say. Okay.
hmm,
So lamina is very super thin. Okay, and the mass density, like of the mass density, is denoted by a rho of x comma y. Okay, mass density function
hmm.
at any point x comma y means it will basically give
So
you the region, it will give you the area on xy plane. Yeah.
for a triangle, it'll be the centroid, right? Where the medians meet, the pointy
geometric
medians meet.
geometric center is basically a centroid, but what we are
Yeah.
discussing is center of mass. So center of mass is basically
Okay.
the the point where we assume all mass is supposed to be concentrated at single point. So it based on the distribution of mass on the plate. Are you getting that? The distribution may be unequally, means the mass is distributed unequally on the plate. So it will deviate from the geometric center of the, like, of any figure. Are you getting that?
Right.
Like if I tell you, okay, I hope you understood the thing. See, this is not, the mass is not equally distributed. Yeah, the mass is equally distributed till here. But about this, if the base is more stronger, it has more mass, then obviously the
Mhm.
center, the exact center point, okay, the mid value of this line will not be the center of mass. It will be shifted towards this, towards the mass, where the mass is, more distributed. Are you getting that? So the center of mass could be anything, whereas the geometrically central point is this one. Are you getting that?
Mhm.
So my observation was
Got it.
the geometrically central point may not be the center of mass. That I wanted to explain you.
Right.
Okay. So if the lamina has a mass density of rho xy at any point, so basically it will just tell you the region, because the plate is super thin. So if we try to draw that plate on, like, on xy plane, xy, like on this coordinate axis, so it will be on xy plane like this. Okay, so this is just y is so this is your, you know lamina, which is on xy plane, right, where the mass is distributed, maybe whatever. There is a density function they have given, mass density function, denoted by rho xy. Okay, so based on any point on this lamina, the rho density function, sorry, the mass density function will let you know about the mass there, right? So basically, what is, like, if I ask you, what is mass? or what is mass? See, mass is basically, density. hmm? Density into what? Mass density into
Volume.
Volume.
volume. Okay, so this will give us mass density into volume. And what is volume? No, density into area. Density into area. This is
Means
mass density.
density into volume.
No, this is mass density.
Oh,
Okay,
okay.
that is mass density. So mass is equal to mass density into area, right? So what we are finding out here, that it behaves like we can apply double integration here to figure out mass of this plate. Okay, how? Let's understand that. If suppose we take any random point, see what we generally do, we divide this into n rectangles, right? You must have remembered that we divide it into n rectangles, right? And we can take any point, like if we can choose any rectangle, we can take points inside that to find out, the height basically. So that arbitrary point is x star comma y star. Okay, and if you apply that point in the mass density function, okay, that will give you the mass. So then mass density function into that area of the rectangle. Okay, what is the area of the rectangle? Delta x into delta y will give you the mass of that particular small rectangle. Are you getting that? Right? See, mass is equal to mass density function into area. Area is delta x into delta y. If we multiply that with the mass density function value at that point, we get the mass of that small rectangle, right? Now our job is to find out the overall mass of the plate. Hmm? So overall mass of the plate can be found by summation, right? Can be found by summation, where I is equal to 1 to infinity, j is equal to 1 to infinity, right? That and rho x star comma y star delta x delta y. You know very well that we can replace this and this by integration, by definition. Okay, so according to definition, this can be replaced by double integral over the region dx dy rho x star, not x star now, we can take integration, so rho x comma y. Okay, so this will give us the mass of the plate, isn't it? Okay, now what is first moments of mass? Moments of mass is the tendency for the lamina to rotate about an axis, right? The moments of mass is basically the tendency, you can write down the tendency for the lamina to rotate about an axis. Okay, so if suppose mass is concentrated near x-axis, okay, so we need to apply more force at outer point to rotate this. Are you getting that? So I just write down the formula here. So tendency for the lamina to rotate about an axis. So we have two axes. So if we have to find out the moments of mass about x-axis, okay, so that's mx double integral r rho x comma y dA. But what is moments of mass? What we do? See, we are rotating about x-axis, okay, we are rotating about x-axis, so we are going along y direction. Are you getting that? So the radius is y here. We have to integrate y also. So y into rho x comma y. See, moments of mass is distance into density, mass density. Do you remember those formula? Huh? And what is moment of inertia? What is moment of inertia?
Like torque.
Torque, yeah. So r square, torque is different thing little bit. R square into like distance square into mass. That is the moment of inertia. Okay. And moment of mass is distance into mass like this. Okay. So distance is along y direction here. Now if we suppose find out the moment of mass about y axis, so that would be like this x comma y dA. Now we are doing about y axis, it's rotating like this about y axis. So the integration is for x, like the distance is x. See, the distance is x, right? We are integrating x here. So x rho x comma y dA. Okay. We apply the same concept here, like what we do, distance, we apply the same concept, summation, distance y1 rho x star comma y star, okay, y star also outside, and then we apply the integration here. As per the definition, this will be replaced by double integration sign. So delta x delta y. So here you got this thing. So the concept is same. We are just applying the definition of the moment of mass and moment of inertia. So the second moment of mass is called moment of inertia. Okay. So the next
activity is bad.
Hello.
Yeah. Is it visible properly now?
Yeah.
Just a second.
Gone now.
So these are the first moment of mass. Now the center of mass is the x coordinate of center of mass is x bar, which is my upon m, and y coordinate is mx upon m. Okay, see mx, like mx we are integrating along y direction, keeping x constant, so it will give you the y coordinate, the corresponding y coordinate. If we are going along y direction, keeping x constant, so it will give you the y coordinate. Okay, so therefore x coordinate is equal to my by m and y coordinate is mx by m. So these are the formula. I hope it's clear to you, like it's been discussed long before, the theory of this, but now I'm making it in terms of double integration. The center of mass is supposed to be the point where the overall mass of the object is concentrated. So like suppose this is the center of mass, x bar comma y bar. Fine. Write down one question on this, then we'll move to the moment of inertia and radius of gyration. Let R be the unit square, R is equal to x comma y, 0 less than x less than 1, 0 less than y less than 1. Suppose the density of R is given by the function rho x comma y is equal to 1 over y plus 1. Okay. Now can we find out mass of that particular lamina here and center of mass? We need to find out the center of mass basically. Find center of mass. Please draw the region here. See 0, x is between 0 and 1, y is between 0 and 1. Okay. If you draw the region, that would be square. Are you getting that?
Yeah.
See, this is x-axis, this is y, this is y-axis, this is x-axis. X is equal to 0 to 1. Let's say this is 1, and y is equal to 0 to 1. So we'll get a square. Okay. What is the center of mass is like look like here? Like if suppose you just ignore the density mass density function, just for a while, if you ignore the mass density function, the center of mass of this object seems at the center of this square, and that is 0.5 comma 0.5, right? Half comma half.
Yeah.
Right, but but if you look at the mass density function here, which is rho x comma y, that is equal to 1 over y plus 1, right? 1 over y plus 1. So that is independent on x. Are you getting that? That is independent on x. As you increase the y value, what about the mass density function? What happened to the mass density function here? If you increase the y value, the mass density function is decreasing. Are you getting that?
Yeah.
Can you observe that relation here? Rho x comma y is equal to 1 over y plus 1. So if you go away from x-axis, your mass density function is decreasing, right? Because if you go away from x-axis, your y value increases in the region like this. If you go away from x-axis, the mass y value increasing, and if y value increasing, your mass density function decreasing, right? So it seems that the center of mass is near x-axis. It's not at the center of this square, it's maybe near x-axis. Are you getting that?
Yeah.
So the y value is not half. What we observe from this example is the y coordinate of the center of mass is not half. It should be less than half, right? That is my observation. I'm just explaining you the observation of this question. We'll solve it algebraically after this. So the y value is not half. The center of mass have x value half. That would be half because it is independent on x, right? The mass density function is independent on x. As you go away from x-axis, the mass density function decreases. The mass of the plate decreases, right? So therefore the center of mass is supposed to be near x-axis. And if you consider that, the y coordinate is lesser than half. Somewhere here, right? Somewhere here, but not at y is equal to half. So y must be less than half, right? Now let's check it algebraically by double integration. Okay. So what is the mass of this in terms of double integral? It's simply the double integration of the given region, and the mass density function is 1 over y plus 1. Now which order you would like to take here? dy or dx first?
dy first.
dy, yeah.
dy.
Dy. Take any order, that doesn't matter. So if you take dy
Actually, it
dx,
doesn't matter.
yeah. So here it should be y is equal to. So y is equal to 0 to 1, x is equal to 0 to 1, right? Now let's solve this first. See, we have to solve for 3 integral. This is first. Now the center of mass, the moment of mass about x-axis is double integration y over y plus 1. Are you getting? Did you notice this y? This is from the formula, right? And y is equal to 0 to y is equal to 1, x is equal to 0 to x is equal to 1, dy dx. And the third integral is moment of mass about y-axis, and that is x is equal to 0 to x is equal to 1, y is equal to 0 to y is equal to 1, x upon y plus 1, dy dx. Okay, so there are 3 integral and you are 3. So I think Sean has started with first the mass value maybe. So Mano, please do this about x-axis, the moment of mass about x, and Dev, you do this one, third one, the moment of mass about y-axis. Okay.
Yeah, I got an answer.
Sean, this was your.
Yeah, it's almost on.
You got this? ln2.
Hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm using the bathroom and come.
Yeah.
One minus ln two.
Yeah, that's fine.
What was the outer one? Two, 1, 0 to 1, right? Yeah. 1 minus ln 2 only, right?
Yeah. When you plug one, it will give you the same thing. So we got three answer here: ln2, 1 minus ln2, 1 by 2 ln2, all. Okay. What is center of mass? Center of mass is x bar y bar, which is nothing but my by m. Okay. The x coordinate is my by m because we are integrating along x direction. So it will give you the x coordinate. Makes sense? You see, you can make relation like this for the remembering purpose. So my by m and mx by m. So that would be like, what is my? L half ln2 by ln2. Yeah, so ln2 will cancel out, and that we already proposed. The x coordinate would be half, right? And for y coordinate, that's 1 minus ln2 upon half ln2. Let me know the value of y coordinate, Mano. Are we getting less than half? It is supposed to be less than half. Sorry, this just ln2, no? Y half, just ln2.
Yeah.
Mx by m. M was ln2. So what is the answer here? 1 minus ln2 by ln2.
Yeah. 0.44, but I have 1 minus
0.44.
we need a fraction.
Yeah, it's fine. See, it
We
is
need a
supposed.
fraction.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine. 0.44. So it's basically less than half, right? It must be less than half from our observation. We already proposed that the x coordinate going to be same. The x coordinate of center of mass is going to be half only because it is independent on x, whereas the y coordinate will be 0.44, less than half, right? Because as we go away from x-axis, the mass density function is decreasing. You understood that?
Yeah.
Okay.
So as in when it x increases, right?
Sorry. See here, when the what is the row here, mass density function? The mass density function is 1 over 1 over y plus 1, right?
Plus,
So if you are on x-axis, what is row value? What is mass density function? If you are at x-axis, means y is 0. If you are on x-axis, the y
yeah.
value is 0.
Yeah.
So 1. If you
Yeah.
if you go along y direction, if you put any value more than 0, so obviously the mass density function is decreasing along y direction. Are you getting that? Because you are going,
Yeah.
you will increase the denominator. If you increase the denominator,
Yeah.
the mass density function will decrease. As mass density function decreases, so obviously the center of mass is near x-axis only, right? Near x-axis. Hmm? It won't be the center of this object. So as we already proposed, the y-axis, y coordinate of center of mass is less than half, less than 0.5.
Hmm.
Okay. Now let's complete the theory part about the moment of inertia, and then we'll do the maths of it, which include double integration. So this problem was completely based on the center of mass. Any doubt here? Any doubt, Mano?
So I had one question.
Yeah, yeah,
I had a question.
yeah.
Okay, I got it. I understand.
Okay. Any doubt, Mano, from your side? Are you sure?
No, sir.
100%?
Yeah. Yes.
What about you, Sean? See, I talk less about physics, talk more about maths here. Okay? Because I assume that you know about center of mass, moment of inertia, and everything. I just know the formula. I know the little bit concept of it. It was my second best topic,
Yeah.
the second best subject actually, physics, after maths. So I know a lot of things, but as I already said to Manav that I don't like explaining physics and chemistry. I just sense it. Okay, because these are sensible subjects, so I I just sense it. The explanation required in maths. What about you, Sean? You understood it completely?
Yes, I understood. So can you just re-explain the mx and my just like
Yeah. See, mx and my is moment of mass about axis. Okay. If you consider mx, so mx
yeah.
is the moment of mass about x-axis. So when we moment of mass is basically distance into mass density. Okay.
Hmm.
In fact, distance into mass, simply mass. Okay, distance into mass, that is the moment of mass, the moment of mass, right? So if we are finding out mx, so mx is the moment of mass about x-axis, right? So moment of mass is basically rotation. It's a tendency for the lamina to rotate. Did you notice this line? It's a tendency for the
Yeah.
lamina to rotate about an axis. So if we are rotating about x-axis, okay, so about this axis, about x-axis, so the distance is like in terms of y. Are you getting that? We are going away from x-axis, so the distance is in terms of y, right? Y value. Are you getting that? So y into the mass, okay, y into the mass, and mass we already found as here, we already found in terms of double integral. So if you apply integration over y is integrating, we are going along y direction here, right? See, if the object is rotating about x-axis, so the mass is distributed about along y direction, right? About y direction. So y into mass, y. Let's say there we have divided these rectangles, the complete rectangles into n rectangle. So y1 into mass, y2 into mass, y3 into mass, y4 into mass. So this will give you the overall moment of mass about x-axis, right? So y into mass, if you apply summation sign over it, you will get it in double integral form, and that is here. Y, that's why this y came from y into mass, and the mass is actually the density, mass density function into area. So therefore y rho x comma y into dA. Makes sense? So the same explanation for y-axis, about y-axis. Okay, I hope it's clear. Yeah, good. So now let's complete the theory part of this moment of inertia, and then probably we'll do one problem on it. So that is called second moment of mass, called moment of inertia. Moment of inertia. So that is basically r square mass, if you can remember, distance square into mass. Okay, that is moment of inertia, isn't it? Distance square into mass, that's the simple formula we used to learn, right? So distance square, so here we simply find
We've actually not done all this in physics, actually.
not done.
No.
What are you saying? There is no center of mass, inertia, torque.
No, we've done that, but second moment and first moment and all we've not done.
So that moment of that
Physics.
second moment of mass is basically moment of inertia. That's simple, different terminology. The concept is same.
Oh,
Okay. So this is moment of inertia, and moment of inertia is like distance square into mass. Okay. That's the simple formula. See, moment of mass is distance into mass. Moment of inertia is distance square into mass. That's it. Okay, torque is distance square, distance into force. Please correct me. What is torque? Torque is distance into force, right? Distance from the rotation, the axis of rotation into force, right? That is torque. So it's, yeah, it's like very related concept. So moment of inertia about x axis is Ix. Okay, Ix, that is moment of inertia about x axis. As I said, it's distance square, so Ix will integrate over y direction, so y square rho x comma y dA over the region. And about y axis is Iy. About y axis means we are like we are going along x direction, so the distance is supposed to be x, so x square rho x comma y dA. Okay, and the about origin is sum of this. About origin is sum of this, Ix plus Iy, and the radius of gyration is like the same as the concept is same as center of mass, so radius of gyration is root Iy upon m. This is x coordinate, and the y coordinate is root Ix upon m. Okay, so this we got from about y axis, and this is we can get it from about axis. So please complete this.
so can you go down?
This is there. See, when I was learning about this in my 12th standard, I did not have this part, double integration. Except this double integration, I had everything, but with the summation sign. So I don't know how you have studied this in physics, but the concept was very similar in summation. So I could not realize that at that time this summation can be replaced by integration, double integration. But we used to give, in exam they used to give us the symmetrical object, means where the mass is distributed equally. So if we suppose have circle disk, if we have disk, so the center of mass is supposed to be the central point only, the center of that disk. If we have cylinder, the center of mass is supposed to be the center of that cylinder. It's along, it's between the halfway, half of the height. Are you getting that? And the middle value of the circle. So it's basically, it was given the symmetrical objects. So we used to write the center point as a center of mass, basically, right? Can you recollect these things? Whatever I'm saying today.
So I've actually
Yeah,
not not done this. So
You've not done a lot of
yeah,
What about you, Sean?
so I was in their class only, so I didn't do it.
this only. So.
See, this is this disk I'm talking. This is disk, right? This is disk. So we used to given the symmetrical object, and we ask that what is the center of mass of this object, right? So what we do, we try to find out the middle value of this, and that would be the center of mass. Okay. Similarly, for the cylinder, like this, the center of mass is supposed to be this. So in each of this scenario, we are given the symmetrical object. Wherever we discuss the center of mass, we are given the symmetrical object. Like I was given, I'm not saying you are given. You were given, it's like, I was given the symmetrical object. So I define this center of mass very easily. But today, what we are understanding, what we are learning, this mass density function can vary on this plate. Are you getting that? This mass density function can vary on this plate, and because of this variation, because of this unequal distribution, the center of mass could be anything that can be shifted anywhere. Okay, it can be the central point, or it can be anywhere which is around the central point also. Okay, so this is all about the physics
Right.
part. You can like search out your book, you just flip the page and try to find out the relevant thing. But as far as the maths is concerned, we can find out the mass of lamina by double integration, applying this formula that I have explained you initially here. That was, I think that made sense to you. This I am talking about. See, mass is equal to mass density into area, right? And we can find out the overall mass of the plate by summation. If we divide the complete region into n rectangles and we sum over x and y direction, we find out the mass of each small rectangles. That will be same as this double summation, and that double summation can be like, the idea of that double summation can be converted into double integral, because the mass is continuous function, it's not discrete. Are you getting that? The mass is continuous function, and because of this continuity, we can like remove that summation sign by integral. Make sense?
So can you scroll down to radius of gyration?
Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah.
So after class, could you please send
Yeah,
today's notes on the group?
yeah.
Yeah.
I think I forgot the previous notes also. I'll send both of them. Okay, so I'm putting up the question on this. I hope that will make you more clear about this. And after the class, please go through the physics book. Okay, please go through that and at least learn the definition of that. Okay, and after that, if you refer these notes, you will definitely find this. These are the relevant things. Okay, so the question is find center of mass and radius of gyration hmm, radius of gyration for a lamina. See, I was very amazed when in my college I used to see a lot of boys can revolve this on just one single finger, and I couldn't do this. Have you ever seen a lot of boys like just doing time pass, watching here and there, having the pleasant time, okay, near canteen maybe, and they can rotate, but I never. I tried a lot of time, but I never succeeded. So because they knew better physics than me, because they understand the radius of gyration and center of mass properly, and I could not find the relevance thing. I could not apply the theory on the real life example basically. So sitting near canteen or outside watching girls is more beneficial than sitting in class. Huh? So so the question is for lamina for a lamina of mass density function rho x comma y is equal to y and occupying
So we can't.
sorry yeah. Hmm. Region 0 0 3 comma 0 3 comma 2 0 comma 2. Okay, so in this question I'll give this as a homework. I just explain you what it's all about. So we have to find out center of mass and radius of gyration. So to find out center of mass and radius of gyration, you have to find out basically 5 double integral. Okay, you have to find out 5 double integration. One is for mass, other second is for center of mass about no sorry one is for mass, moment of mass about x-axis, moment of mass about y-axis, moment of inertia about x-axis, moment of inertia about y-axis, right? Moment of mass about x-axis and moment of mass about y-axis with mass will give you center of mass, and moment of sorry moment of inertia about x-axis and moment of inertia about y-axis with mass will give you the radius, this radius of gyration. Okay. Yes. So please do that as homework. Probably we'll discuss this in next class. Okay, and then we'll have few more example on this this kind of distribution where the charge is also distributed on the plate, right? The electric charge is also distributed. So we have second example on that. The concept will be same as what we have studied today. Similarly, in a city, for particular in a radius of like 1 mile, 2 mile, okay, the population density is also one of the example based on this. Okay, so charge density will give you the total charge, right? The mass density give you total mass. Charge density on the plate give you total charge, and population density will give you total population. Are you getting that? So the concept will be same as what we just studied, but the based on the different function, different density function, will get the different idea, right? And that will give us the different answer. Understood? Okay,
Yeah.
so did you like the class today? The application of double integral, or
Yes.
the core maths was very interesting, or the application is interesting?
Yeah.
Application.
Application.
But I like solving the math.
Yeah, procedural.
Yeah.
I enjoy that.
Yeah. So but once we understand like how, where to apply, how to apply, and what we can get from whatever we have learned in double integration, that's more interesting, more like shocking, or that more amazing, right?
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so bye bye, see you on
Okay.
Friday.
So
Yeah. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
thank you.
Welcome.
Bye.
Bye bye.